for today's cup of coffee.
Cup of coffee.
You got a cup of coffee with a side of slightly diseased youngest kid today.
You got a cup of coffee with sick.
It has been a really weird energy day.
Yeah.
And it's not just me. I knew that this morning. I was feeling just everything still overwhelmed.
Mm-hmm. You had like sensory overload.
I did. And I think a lot of it was...
You know that's part of ADHD, right?
No. Because you know a lot more about ADHD because I was in my 40s before I figured it out that I had it.
Well, I figured since then that you would have done a lot of studies on it.
I've done a lot
like
of studies, but I've studied a lot of things.
Yeah, sensory overload. That is very much part of ADHD and autism. You can have both.
No, I'm not. I don't.
You don't got
ADHD.
autism.
No, I
you
don't
just
have
got
the
Gemini.
autism. Yeah, but I think yesterday, honestly, the experience of being around the people in the hospital and those energies, and where we're still having the geomagnetic storms and have more coming in from what Stefan Burns was talking about. So everything was amplified. And today I was just totally and completely, energetically wiped out. Plus we also had rain and storms coming in. That doesn't help.
Yeah,
It was just a complete cluster.
I mean, usually rain, like storms, like that shit just wipes people out anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Makes people feel draggy, all that. But when you go to the hospital and feel all that energy that's in there.
Yeah.
And plus, like where you were around me as well, and I was sort of freaked out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that just sort of compounds the situation.
Yeah.
And now I'm sick.
Well, the psychic thing is not always a fun thing because the empathic thing goes with the psychic thing.
Yeah.
And so I did put some new camphor out here in the living room, and that has helped some, but it's a matter of just trying to clear the energy. And it's not just been me. No. The cats have been super needy today.
They have been. They really have been. Of course, they've been pretty needy for the past how long?
It's been a while.
Yeah. Because
they're not acting like normal cats, which is you may pet me now and then they'll go and they'll do their thing and
Yeah.
Which is one of the reasons I like cats so much, but ours are not.
Yeah, I mean they're even with Voodoo, like
clingy.
Like Voodoo already had an attitude on her, but she's just been mega bitchy lately.
Mm-hmm. And I guess that's probably geomagnetic storms also.
Yeah.
But I was laughing because as far as cooking, that can be a stress release for me because I enjoy cooking. And so it was interesting because I made a crustless pizza casserole.
Yeah, and it was actually really good.
Keto friendly.
Mm-hmm. It was actually really, really good.
I thought it was pretty tasty.
Yeah.
And then I made this, it was one of these classic 1950-esque desserts. And because that I just do my own thing, I get the basis of whatever recipe, and it's like, oh, okay, now I'm going to do my spin on it.
Yeah.
And it's one of those, it was with cottage cheese and Cool Whip, and most people put, and a envelope of Jell-O, just the dry Jell-O.
Yeah.
And people can put crushed pineapple in it. And if it was like the green Jell-O, I have made it before where I didn't put the pineapple. Oh, I think I made orange one time and did fresh pineapple and some mandarin oranges.
Yeah.
And I cut up a banana.
You did.
And that one was nice and it was tasty and the Cool Whip and you just, yeah. Mm-hmm. And so I had made one that had the black cherries in them, the dark cherries, and the black cherry Jell-O.
Yeah.
And the miniature chocolate chips. And it's like stirred it up and everything, and it's pretty tasty. It's not super sweet. Mm-hmm. But it's...
I haven't got to try it yet.
It's pretty tasty, but I got to looking at it, and I told Kid, I said, maybe I should have put a picture of King Charles right in the middle of this.
Yeah. I mean, that And that goes right into today's topic because we were going to talk about that.
What is up with that? And there
where's my
is
phone?
a lot of controversy about this portrait.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it, it looks very horror-esque.
It does not.
It's almost visceral.
Yes, it does have either a visceral quality to it, that or it looks like he's encased in insulation.
Yeah.
And when I showed it to Kid, I'm like, and it's like Jonathan Yeo is the artist, and he actually is British for some reason. That was my mistake. I thought that he may have been Japanese or something.
Well, that's because I brought up the fact that it looks very much like that artist that made the this is a classic YouTube video called YouTube Channel 666, and that is by Nana 825763.
Mm-hmm.
And they do a lot of horror related content.
Mm-hmm.
I more than likely have shown you some of their content like over the years and such. It's not often that I do show you, but or talk about them, but it looks very much like if that person, if he made a painting of King Charles.
Uh-huh.
Very much.
It's very interesting, and I know that there's a lot of people that's doing some deep dives into this, even as far as the colors and stuff like that, and I'm like...
Well, there's a reason why I asked if it was made by Nana 825763.
Right.
Because it looks very much like... For example, like the...
It looks like horror art. It really does.
Yeah, it looks very much like a... Oh, what was it? Hold up.
It does not look like anything that you would expect to come from the royal family or whatever.
No, seriously, it looks like a Japanese horror artist made it, and it looks like, for example, like Poco Poco Shopping, that video by Nana,
mm-hmm.
and the Queen Ant H. Hand's Egg Diary series.
Right.
And especially like they have a video called My House Walkthrough, and it looks very much like how that house looked like after he got done like doing what he did with it.
Right. And paintings, because pictures of paintings a lot of times do not give you the same understanding of the work of art, because it can't convey the texture and the nuances. It just can't. And the way the light hits as you move, especially with textures.
Yes.
So with this, I mean, the only really recognizable, it's like his face, his head and face are there, and then you can see his hands, and the rest of it, it just sort of merges with the color.
Yeah, which is like this reddish pink. It looks fleshy.
Yes, it does look fleshy. I mean, it looks very visceral. It does not look like something that would be put in the royal family's home, which compared to years ago, it more than likely would have never. In years past, had an artist done something like this with a royal portrait, they probably would have been either kicked out of the country or worse.
They would have either been executed or shunned.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And that you do have, looking here on Mirror, that you've got people that think it's absolutely horrible, and then you've got people that thinks that it's wonderful and avant-garde.
It's very telling, the fact that they allowed that painting to be.
Well, and there's a lot of people...
In today's age, it's very telling.
As far as the symbolism, and I think that Robert Phoenix said that he did a video that I haven't had a chance yet to finish, where he did a deeper dive into the colors and stuff like that. And I guess it's a good thing I haven't, because I'll listen to that after we do our take on it.
Yeah.
So that I'm not mirroring what he says in any way, but it's weird. And I think some of these people, it's like, oh, it's new. It's wonderful. Is it like the emperor's new clothes when somebody's going, damn, the emperor has paid lots of money to have this thing?
But isn't there like a theory that certain artists channel what, like, energies into their paintings?
It very much could be.
Is that not a theory, though?
It is a matter of that the artist, just by nature of art, there is essence of that artist in every creation.
Yeah.
And do artists sometimes have the ability to paint what they're seeing that is unseen to others? Well, yeah, that's the whole point of art. It's like if you want it to look identical, take a picture. It's the art of photography.
Right.
So we don't know if this artist is seeing something that is basically unseen. If it is a matter of symbolism, what it is, I think it's just really odd.
It's bizarre.
It is bizarre, and it goes along with 2024 and everything that's been happening since 2020 very much.
Yeah.
Because there has been so much garbage that is being touted as art or fashion or whatever. I mean, we look at the, and I don't do all these, other than looking at pictures. Was it the Met Gala?
Oh, the Met Gala was...
And some of the things that those people had on their bodies, it was just stupid.
Yes. It was actually based on a legend of sorts called the Garden of Time, and it was these high up people or whatever. They had a garden, and all of the flowers, if you picked one of the flowers, it would slow down time. And basically there was this mob, because they were hoarding all the wealth, and this mob was coming towards them, about to basically destroy them, kill them, because they were not helping their people. And so they started to pick the flowers to slow down time.
Interesting.
And then there was no more flowers left.
Oh, and time stopped.
Time did not stop. Once all those flowers were picked, there was nothing to stop the mob, to halt them any further.
Oh, okay. So only the elite could pick the flowers.
Yeah.
To stop time.
Because it was their garden.
Okay.
It was up at their house.
Now, that has more symbolism. I didn't even know that. That has more symbolism to me than this, and it very well may go along with the painting of the king.
Mm-hmm. And the fact that there was this celebrity, I don't know whether she actually went to the Met Gala or not. She's not really a celebrity, she's an influencer, and she used a quote from... Oh, who's the one that got her head chopped off that was like, let the meat
Marie
cake?
Antoinette.
Marie Antoinette. She used a soundbite that had that quote in it.
Wow.
And she was dressed up all fashion, and it caused a mass fury. And so everybody has went on a banning spree of every single celebrity that they follow.
I was going to say that is going on, and that was one of the things today, that idea of... We have had this theme of Alice in Wonderland for quite a while that's been going on.
I love Alice in Wonderland, though.
But it was almost like the Red Queen has been unleashed and off with their heads.
I would say the Red Queen for a while has been released, but now it's starting to merge into American McGee's Alice.
Madness Returns, yeah.
Not only that, it's like it's like an in-between stage almost of the first game, where she fights the Red Queen and defeats her, but then in Madness Returns, she has to face the Red Queen again, except this time she doesn't have to fight her, because she realizes who that queen is representing.
And it was a matter of healing?
It was a matter of healing and figuring out who actually was warping and twisting her mind, and then getting her revenge on that person who also killed her family.
That's interesting. So maybe it's going to be unveiled who has been behind these, that we see their faces, that we're getting ready, the puppet masters are getting revealed, or going to be revealed.
But here's the kicker. In Madness Returns, in the end, after everything was said and done, she was stuck. Alice was stuck in between the real world and Wonderland.
Wow.
So literally reality and Wonderland was merged together forever.
Maybe that is what is happening, that we are in that in-between. Which would make sense, and that would sort of go back with what Rick Levine had said there a couple of months ago about this. It's almost like being in the birth canal.
Mm-hmm. And what the Cheshire Cat said at the end of that, it was like, oh, Alice, can't go back now. No surprise. Very few find their way back.
I don't know that there is a going back.
And when they do, they seldom recognize it.
I don't know that there is a going back.
That's the thing, there's not.
There never is.
What's done is done usually.
Mm-hmm.
Set in stone.
And it's that whole thing of those who do not remember the past are condemned to repeat it.
Mm-hmm. But that was the whole thing about Alice Madness Returns, her going back, regaining those past memories, everything.
Maybe it's a matter of, as a species, humanity has had those past traumas that need to be healed.
That's exactly what it is.
Because as a
generational
species,
curses being broken, trauma being healed.
As a species, we have no idea who we are because that has been hidden from us, and we have been lied to and used for millennia. Mm-hmm. So we don't know what's getting ready to come down the pike. We don't know what's getting ready to be revealed.
We don't.
There has been so much, and people, as far as when you have people that realize that they have been deceived and lied to, and there's a period of time that, as far as the resentment that comes from that, the lack of faith, and it's almost like the elites or whoever the they are going, oh shit, why are the lies not working this time? Because they've worked all these centuries before.
Yeah, but here's the thing about Marie Antoinette. She never really wanted that position anyway. She was too ignorant of the fact that everything was going on. Well, she had no idea. So when she said let them eat cake, she had no idea that they were starving.
Right. Because she was so isolated. She was in such a bubble that she couldn't comprehend that there were people that not everyone lived like they did.
Exactly.
And that's true of a lot of these people. You know, including some of these that are out reading at the sky and screaming for change and stuff like that, and championing a people or a cause that never asked them to champion them, and that they have no understanding of.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like Mother Teresa, she said, if you want to make a change, go and sweep somebody's house. Mm-hmm. Boots on the ground. If you truly want to help someone, don't sit there with a protest sign or whatever. And that's virtue signaling. That's bullshit.
That is virtue signaling.
There are people who truly need help.
What Mother Teresa basically was saying was, if you want change, be the change.
Well, that was Gandhi.
Yeah.
But Mother Teresa was
that's
serious.
Basically what she was doing.
Sure. It was the same thing.
She was making change, even if it was a matter of sweeping someone's house or helping them build one.
Oh, let me tell you something. When you have been unwell or that you've got some kind of problem and that you have difficulty with basic daily functioning, if someone comes in and is kind enough to offer to clean your home or to help you do something like that, and this is where it's hard sometimes to accept help.
Yeah.
That you do have to humble yourself even to accept help.
Yeah.
Even when you need it.
But at the same time, never take those people for granted.
No.
Never take advantage of them.
No. But it is a matter of to do something practical to truly help somebody.
Yeah.
And there's millions out there who need that practical help.
Yes.
So if these people truly want to make a change, there's lots of people that they can help.
Yes.
You know. But sitting there making some kind of X post or whatever, what's other TikTok or whatever about
making a TikTok,
look how
making
good I
an X,
am.
making a YouTube video, whatever. That is performative.
It is. And it's also one of those that you don't do any of this stuff to get clout or to get approval, because that negates what you've done.
It is.
You do what we're told to do is to do whatever as if we're doing it for God.
Yeah. And that doesn't mean you have to tell about it.
Right.
As a matter of fact, he would prefer you not to speak about it or boast about what you have done.
It says if you get praise from man, then you've already received your reward.
Exactly.
And what good is that? That's fleeting. It's momentary.
Yes.
It's a matter of doing it out of your heart and letting God reward you whenever he decides to do that.
Yeah.
And we don't know. But it's,
I don't think we're going to be getting all the rewards on this earth.
No, it is not intended. Why would we?
Because we wouldn't have nothing left to wait for. But we don't know what God's going to give us when we get there.
We don't.
And you know what? That's one of the best surprises. Worst or best.
Right. Well, it's one of those. It's not going to be something negative.
No. I'd rather wait patiently.
Uh-huh. Absolutely. Wait patiently. And it's not going to be some hideous pink puce portrait.
No. Well, if it's pink, I wouldn't mind that. Depends on the shade of pink.
Oh, my God. Like I said, I really, for a little bit, if I had the energy today, I would have printed out a picture of King Charles and put it right in the center of that pink fluff dessert. And then sent them a bill for, this is my art. I have a degree in art, so therefore, pay me.
Yeah.
Oh, God, it's ridiculous. Anyhow, kid, final thoughts.
Just sitting, waiting, and literally it is, I've said this for a minute, it is literally like living in that in-between stage of Alice Madness Returns and American McGee's Alice.
But you don't have to be miserable. You can do things in the in-between.
She wasn't always miserable through the whole thing. Now, she was stern, and she was concerned, but she was still brave. She was powerful. She didn't take no shit from anybody that was trying to toy with her.
Right.
She didn't let people go skew her off her path.
Right. That's the key. Don't let somebody take you out of your lane.
Yeah.
That is the key.
Yep.
If you've had experiences with paranormal or supernatural, encounters with UFOs, aliens, cryptids, you can send us an email, cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com. And in the comment section, if you want to sit there and go, hey, Orlando, I think this is the best work of art that has ever been made. This is fabulous.
I think you need to show off some of your art.
Yeah, well, I've done that in the past. We might do that one day.
Just do like a slideshow of
we
all
might
your
do that
paintings
one
that you've
day.
done that we have here in the house.
Yeah.
I love your art. I really do.
I was happy with it. So, most of it. Some of it I'm just like, yeah. But some of them I liked. It was, I liked them. Do your spiel.
If you like this video, don't forget to like, share, comment, and check her out on BitChute and Rumble at Werlanda's Cup of Coffee with Scream. Also, don't forget to check her out on Twitter, now known as X. Usually I say X, previously known as Twitter. I'm sick. Give me a break. At Werlanda, COCWS. It's like a radio station call sign.
Yeah.
She lifts up people on
there.
Yeah, you lift people up on there.
Well, I try to.
Or you just give them some form of interaction.
Yeah. If somebody hollers at me and stuff, I'm usually pretty good about responding on that.
Yeah.
So.
You do better on Twitter than I do. Sometimes I get catty.
I don't do a lot. I'm very selective. I am very selective.
I'm selective. Me too, but I do get catty. When someone says something not nice, I get catty with them.
Yeah, and that's okay too. I mean, it depends on the day. There's room for all.
Yeah.
Know that you are loved, treat other people the way that you would like to be treated. Mm-hmm. And Lord willing, we'll see you on the next cup.
Every story has an ending.
Absolutely. Or does it? Does anything ever end, really?
Never-ending story.
Exactly.
Alice's story is still technically up for grabs. Like, her story is still continuing on. It's just in a way we will never know for now.
That's true of each of our lives.
Yeah.
So, Lord willing, we'll see you on the next cup.
Mm-hmm.
Bye. Bye.